Dr. Marcus Thorne stood at the Quantum Defense Grid's main control center in Nova Olympia, humanity's most advanced off-world colony. Through the reinforced windows, he watched the massive shield generators pulse with ethereal blue energy technology that had taken humanity decades to perfect. 20 years he'd spent developing these defenses, confident they could withstand any threat. In 12 minutes, he would learn how wrong he was. Doctor, we're detecting anomalies at the edge of our sensor range, Lieutenant Reina Patel called from her monitoring station. Her dark eyes narrowed as she studied the readings. Energy signatures unlike anything in our database. Marcus moved swiftly to her station, his weathered hands flying over the holographic display. The readings made no sense. The energy patterns seemed to bend and twist in ways that defied known physics. How many contacts? 7, no 12 vessels. They're massive, sir. Each one nearly the size of our orbital platforms. The colony's emergency klaxons began to wail. Through the observation windows, Marcus watched the shield grid's energy pattern shift from blue to angry red as it detected incoming threats. Director Helena Vassiliev burst into the control center, her silver hair disheveled. Status report. Before Marcus could respond, the first attack came. Beams of impossible darkness lanced from the alien ships, twisting through space like living things. Where they touched the quantum shields, reality itself seemed to scream. Marcus watched in horror as his life's work, the most advanced defensive system humanity had ever created, simply unraveled. Impossible, he whispered. They're not breaking through our shields, they're unmaking them at the quantum level. All stations, this is Commander Jerome Chen, begin immediate evacuation procedures. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not the transmission cut off in a burst of static. Marcus grabbed his tablet, frantically copying research data as the facility shook around them. Reina, start the emergency purge protocols. They can't be allowed to access our quantum research. The young lieutenant's fingers flew across her console, initiating deletion sequences as the facility's structure groaned under another assault. Through the chaos, Director Vassiliev was already coordinating with the colony's defense forces. Get me a secure channel to Earth Command. Priority Alpha. On Luna Base, Colonel Vanessa Drake watched the incoming transmission with growing dread. The quantum feed was degrading, full of static, but Helena's message came through clear enough. Overwhelming force, defense is useless. They're not just destroying, they're studying us. Learning, Project Titan, only chance. Drake's cybernetic eye whirred as she processed the implications. She'd spent 15 years as custodian of humanity's darkest secret, the Titan Initiative. 12 enhanced humans, transformed through alien technology recovered decades ago. Warriors created for a war everyone hoped would never come. In Nova Olympia, Marcus sprinted through burning corridors, Reina at his side. They'd managed to wipe most of the sensitive data, but he clutched one final backup against his chest, research too valuable to lose. The aliens weren't just attacking blindly. They were targeting research centers, weapons facilities, communication hubs. This was a coordinated effort to cripple humanity's defenses while harvesting our technology. Through shattered windows, he watched alien dropships descend through the burning sky. Their design was organic, almost beautiful, like predatory sea creatures rendered in gleaming metal. Ground forces emerged, towering figures in crystalline armor that seemed to shift and flow like liquid mercury. They're heading for the quantum labs, Reina gasped, clutching her side as they ran. Everything we theorized about quantum manipulation, they've already mastered it. Marcus made a decision. Get to the emergency bunkers, there's something I have to do. He pressed the data tablet into her hands. This contains everything I learned studying the quantum barrier breaches. Get it to Earth Command, to Colonel Drake, she'll understand. What about you? Marcus smiled grimly, pulling out his access card. Someone has to make sure they don't learn too much from what we leave behind. He turned toward the central research facility. Go, that's an order, Lieutenant. As Reina reluctantly fled toward the evacuation shelters, Marcus input his emergency codes. The quantum core began its overload sequence. They might take Nova Olympia, but he'd make sure they paid for every scrap of knowledge they tried to steal. On Luna Base, Colonel Drake was already in motion. She stood before the cryochambers, staring at the 12 frozen warriors, humanity's ultimate weapons, created for exactly this moment. For decades, the debate had raged about whether creating them had been necessary or ethical. Now she knew they hadn't gone far enough. Begin revival sequence, she commanded, all units. As the pods hummed to life, Drake watched the feed from Nova Olympia's final transmissions. Dr. Thorne had succeeded, the quantum core overload had taken 3 alien ships with it, but the colony was lost. Earth's greatest outpost had fallen in less than an hour. The first pod's status lights shifted from red to green. Inside, Titan Squad leader Jason Vale's eyes snapped open, burning with an inhuman silver light. The real war was about to begin. And in the darkness between worlds, more alien ships were already moving toward their next targets. They thought they had measured humanity's strength in that first battle. They were wrong. They hadn't even glimpsed our true weapons yet. The Titans were awakening, and with them, humanity's vengeance. The Luna Base medical facility thrummed with energy as decades-old stasis pods powered up one by one. Jason Vale stood at attention, his enhanced body already adapting to awakening despite 30 years of frozen sleep. Silver light pulsed beneath his skin in geometric patterns, a visible sign of the alien technology that had transformed him and his squad into something beyond human. Dr. Ramirez, the facility's chief medical officer, monitored the revival process with a mixture of scientific fascination and barely concealed unease. "Vital signs are extraordinary," she muttered, checking the readings. "Neural patterns stable, cellular regeneration at 300% normal human baseline." Colonel Drake watched as the remaining pods activated. Status on the others. Titans 2 through 12, all revival processes nominal, a technician reported. The second pod opened with a hiss of cryovapor. First Lieutenant Zara Cowery emerged, her dark hair now streaked with silver from the long stasis. Like Vale, her eyes gleamed with the same otherworldly light. She took in the medical bay with a tactical assessment that spoke of years of enhanced military training. "Colonel," Zara acknowledged, her voice steady despite decades of disuse, "the enemy has finally shown themselves." "Nova Olympia has fallen," Drake confirmed. "We're receiving reports of attacks on 3 other colonies. The alien forces are systematically targeting our most advanced research facilities." Vale's expression hardened. "They're not just invading, they're hunting our technology." The remaining pods opened in sequence, revealing the rest of the Titan squad. Sergeant Owen Bishop, the team's heavy weapons specialist, his massive frame made even more imposing by the alien enhancements. The Zhang twins, Wei and Lin, whose neural modifications had given them unprecedented abilities in electronic warfare. Each Titan represented millions in research and resources, transformed through recovered alien tech into humanity's ultimate defenders. Dr. Ramirez approached with a tablet displaying the latest neural scans. "The integration is holding stable. The alien biotech has actually strengthened during stasis, becoming more thoroughly bonded with their human physiology." "Any signs of rejection or degradation?" Drake asked, remembering the failed early experiments that had led to the program being officially discontinued. "None but," Ramirez hesitated. "The changes are more extensive than our original projections. They're still human, but the alien elements have continued to evolve. We're not entirely sure of their full capabilities anymore." Vale flexed his hand, watching patterns of light flow beneath his skin. "We know enough. We were made for this fight." The briefing room was silent as the Titans reviewed footage from Nova Olympia's fall. They watched the alien weapons unmake quantum shields, saw the crystalline-armored invaders methodically strip research facilities. Lieutenant Cowery's eyes narrowed at the tactical displays. "Their technology is familiar," she said quietly, "similar to what was used to create us." "That's what we suspect," Drake confirmed. "The tech we recovered decades ago, the advancements we've reversed engineered, it might have been deliberately left for us to find, to guide our development in a specific direction." "We were engineered using their own weapons against them," Vale mused. "That's going to give us an advantage they won't expect." Sergeant Bishop studied the alien ship designs. "Those vessels aren't just warships. Look at the configuration, they're research vessels, heavily armed but designed for investigation and collection. They're not here to exterminate us. They want to study us." "Which means we can hurt them," Wei Zhang added, his sister Lin nodding in agreement. The tactical hologram shifted to show the Ganymede Research Station. "This is their next likely target," Drake explained. "The station houses our most advanced quantum computing facilities. We've evacuated all non-essential personnel, but we can't move the core systems in time." "So we set a trap," Vale said, a predatory smile crossing his face. "Let them think they've found another helpless research facility. Instead, they'll find us." Dr. Ramirez stepped forward, concern evident in her voice. The Titans should undergo at least a week of evaluation and conditioning after stasis. We don't know how combat will affect the integration. The enemy isn't giving us a week, Drake cut in. Every hour we wait, we lose more colonies, more technology, more lives. Vale turned to his squad. The silver light in their eyes pulsed in unison, a side effect of their linked neural enhancements. We've slept long enough. Time to show these aliens why it was a mistake to wake us. The next hours were a blur of preparation. The Titans were fitted with prototype battle suits designed to work with their enhanced physiologies. The armor was a hybrid of human engineering and reverse-engineered alien tech, just like its wearers. Each suit connected directly to their nervous systems, becoming like a second skin. In the armory, Bishop ran his hands over a quantum pulse rifle with reverence. Almost makes the 30-year nap worth it. The toys have gotten better. Save the celebration, Zara cautioned, checking her own weapons. We still don't know if we can match them in actual combat. Vale secured the last piece of his armor, watching the alien alloy mesh with his enhanced biology. That's where they made their mistake. They gave us 30 years to prepare to integrate their own technology into our bodies and weapons. Now we'll show them what humanity can do with borrowed power. The Zhang twins were already interfacing with the command center systems, their neural links allowing them to process battlefield data at incredible speeds. Enemy fleet approaching Ganymede, Lin reported. 6 capital ships, multiple support vessels. They're following the same pattern as Nova Olympia, Wei added. Methodical, confident, they don't expect serious resistance. Colonel Drake watched as the Titans made final preparations. These weren't the same soldiers who'd volunteered for the program 3 decades ago. They were something new, something that blurred the line between human and alien technology. And they were about to be tested against the very forces they were created to fight. Titan Squad, prepare for deployment, Vale commanded. Today we show them humanity's answer to their invasion. Today we wake the giants. As the Titans boarded their dropship, Dr. Ramirez caught Drake's arm. Colonel, if the integration becomes unstable during combat, then Earth has bigger problems than a few rogue super soldiers, Drake finished grimly. Sometimes the cure has to be as dangerous as the disease. The dropship's engines flared to life, carrying humanity's ultimate weapons toward their first real battle. And in the void ahead, alien ships approached Ganymede Station, unaware they were about to face the consequences of their own abandoned technology turned against them. Ganymede Station hung against the backdrop of Jupiter's swirling storms, its quantum arrays pulsing with artificial life. Inside the station's command center, the Zhang twins worked in perfect synchronization, their enhanced minds merged with the defense systems. Through the vast observation windows, 6 alien vessels approached like predatory creatures, their crystalline hulls reflecting Jupiter's angry red glow. Enemy ships maintaining attack pattern, Lin reported, streams of data flowing across her silver eyes. They're not even trying to hide their approach. Why should they? Wei answered, his fingers dancing across holographic controls. Every colony they've hit so far fell within hours. Vale stood at the tactical display, watching the enemy fleet's formation. The alien ships moved with an organic grace that seemed impossible for their size. Status on the quantum core. Powered down to minimal levels, Lin confirmed. As far as they can tell, this is just another research station waiting to be harvested. Through their neural link, Vale felt his team's battle readiness, Zara's cold focus, Bishop's contained fury, the Zhang twins' calculated precision. The alien technology in their blood hummed in anticipation of combat. The first alien ship launched its attack, dark energy weapons reaching out to unmake the station's outer shields. But this time, humanity was ready. Now, Vale commanded. The Zhang twins activated their trap. Hidden quantum generators sprang to life, but instead of creating defensive barriers, they projected focused beams of pure chaos. The alien weapon's dark energy met quantum disruption fields and shattered, backfeeding into the enemy vessel. Direct hit, Wei reported with satisfaction. Their primary weapons array is destabilizing. But the aliens recovered quickly. Dropships launched from the larger vessels, their crystalline hulls shifting and flowing like liquid metal. Inside the station, Vale turned to his team. Zara, Bishop take defensive positions in the main laboratory, twins maintain system control, time to welcome our visitors. The first breach came at the auxiliary docking port. Alien warriors in flowing crystal armor cut through the reinforced doors like paper. They moved with inhuman grace, their form seeming to shift and change with each step. But as they entered the main corridor, they met their first real resistance. Bishop's quantum pulse rifle roared, its enhanced ammunition designed specifically to disrupt alien energy fields. The first warrior's armor shattered, revealing a glimpse of something both organic and mechanical beneath before it collapsed. "They bleed," Bishop growled through the tactical net. "That's all I needed to know." The aliens responded with overwhelming force. Energy weapons transformed the corridor into a death zone, reality itself twisting under their assault. But the Titans weren't fighting like normal humans. Vale moved through the chaos like a ghost, his enhanced reflexes and integrated armor allowing him to predict and avoid the alien attacks. Zara appeared on the enemy's flank, her neural enhancements giving her perfect coordination with Vale's movements. Together, they engaged the alien warriors in close combat, where the true extent of their modifications became clear. The alien technology in their blood responded to proximity, with the enemy growing stronger, more aggressive. "Colonel Drake," Wei's voice crackled through the command channel. "We're detecting energy fluctuations in their weapons. Every time they engage directly with the Titans, their systems become less stable." In the Luna Base Command Center, Drake watched the battle through satellite feeds. It's not just affecting their weapons, she realized. The Titans' enhanced biology is interfering with their entire technology base. The closer our people get, the more their systems degrade. On Ganymede, Vale drove his quantum blade through an alien warrior's chest. The creature's armor tried to flow and repair itself, but proximity to Vale's enhanced biology caused it to crystallize and shatter instead. "All units, close quarters combat, our enhancements disrupt their tech at short range." The battle transformed. Instead of fighting from defensive positions, the Titans actively hunted the alien boarding parties. Bishop charged straight into a group of warriors, his massive frame augmented by alien strength, scattering them like toys. The Zhang twins used their neural links to trap enemy squads between security barriers, then collapse the artificial gravity in selected sections. But the aliens were far from helpless. A new warrior type emerged from the dropships, larger, more heavily armed, with armor that pulsed with familiar patterns of light. "They're adapted to us already," Zara warned, dodging a blast that left reality itself distorted in its wake. "Learning and evolving during combat." Vale felt the alien tech in his blood respond to the new threat, growing hotter, more unstable. Their enhancements were reaching critical levels, pushing the integration between human and alien technology to its limits. In orbit, the enemy fleet launched a concentrated attack on the station's quantum core. Energy beams lanced out, trying to dissect the facility with surgical precision. But the Zhang twins had other plans. "Initiating Core Protocol Omega," Lin announced, her voice strained from neural feedback. The quantum core didn't just power up, it detonated in a controlled overload. But instead of destroying the station, the energy was channeled through specially designed conduits, transformed by the twins' neural interfaces into a weapon. Pure quantum chaos erupted from Ganymede Station. 3 alien ships vanished instantly, their molecular structure unraveled by the blast. 2 more suffered catastrophic damage, their organic technology unable to cope with the quantum disruption. The last vessel, the command ship, began an emergency retreat, but Vale wasn't finished. "Bishop, give them something to remember us by." The big sergeant hefted a prototype quantum torpedo launcher. The weapon interfaced directly with his enhanced nervous system, allowing him to guide the warhead through the chaos of battle. It struck the command ship's engines just as it prepared to jump to faster-than-light speed. The resulting explosion lit up Jupiter's orbit like a new sun. When the glare faded, the alien fleet was gone. Ganymede Station had held. Vale stood in the shattered main laboratory, watching his team secure the alien bodies and technology left behind. The integration between their enhanced biology and the alien tech was still burning hot, pushing them far beyond normal human limits, but they had proven themselves. Humanity had its first real victory. "Colonel Drake," he reported, his silver eyes pulsing with residual energy. "Ganymede Station is secured, but more importantly, we've confirmed our advantage. The enemy gave us the tools of our own salvation when they left their technology for us to find. And now they know exactly what we've done with it." In Luna Base, Drake allowed herself a grim smile. "Well done, Titan Squad, but this was just the first battle. Our long-range sensors show more alien fleets approaching. Bigger ones." Vale looked at his team exhausted but victorious, forever changed by the alien power in their veins but still undeniably human in their determination. Good, because we're just getting started. The victory at Ganymede had bought humanity precious time, but in the depths of Luna Base's secure research wing, Dr. Ramirez stared at test results that threatened to unravel everything. The holographic display showed cellular scans from recovered alien bodies, their structure shifting even in death. Besides her, Lieutenant Reina Patel, the sole survivor of Nova Olympia's quantum research team, watched with growing horror. It's not just their technology that adapts, Ramirez explained, manipulating the display. Their entire biological structure is in constant flux. They can rewrite themselves at the molecular level. Like the Titans, Reina observed. No, the Titans were humans enhanced by alien tech. These beings, Ramirez's hands shook slightly, they're what the Titans might become if the integration continues unchecked. The lab's security doors hissed open as Colonel Drake entered with Vale and Zara. The two Titans' eyes glowed brighter than ever, their skin latticed with increasingly complex patterns of light. Show them, Reina insisted. Ramirez expanded the display, revealing comparison scans. The alien technology bonded to the Titans isn't just enhancing them anymore. It's evolving, spreading. Every combat encounter accelerates the process. They're becoming more powerful but also less human, Vale finished, his voice unnaturally calm. That's not the worst part, Reina added. We've been analyzing data from Nova Olympia's final transmissions. The aliens didn't just attack us. They were looking for something specific, something they'd left behind. In Earth's orbital defense headquarters, General Richard Warren faced a hostile council of military leaders. The holographic displays showed approaching alien fleets larger and more numerous than before. The Titan program was a mistake, Admiral Chen declared. We're not just fighting the aliens anymore, we're becoming them. The Titans just gave us our first victory, Warren countered. At what cost? Minister Zhang demanded. These soldiers of yours are walking weapons of mass destruction. The alien influence is spreading through their systems like a virus. How long until they turn on us? The debate was interrupted by urgent alerts. Deep space sensors detected new energy signatures, massive alien vessels approaching from multiple vectors. They're not just sending raiders anymore, Warren observed grimly. This is a full invasion fleet. But in the shadows of the council chamber, something shifted. A junior aide's form flickered almost imperceptibly, patterns of light briefly visible beneath seemingly human skin. Back in Luna Base's research wing, the Zhang twins burst into the lab, their neural interfaces crackling with alarm. We've detected anomalies in the Earth Defense Network, Lin reported. Security protocols are being rewritten from the inside. Impossible, Drake snapped. Those systems are isolated. Unless they've already been compromised, Wei countered. We're not the only ones who can interface with their technology. Understanding dawned on Vale's face. They didn't just leave their technology for us to find, they left infiltrators, sleeper agents who have been hiding among us, guiding our development. Zara's enhanced senses suddenly screamed warning. She spun, quantum blade materializing in her hand, as Dr. Ramirez's form began to shift and flow. The scientist's skin dissolved into liquid crystal, revealing the alien entity beneath. The creature moved with blinding speed, but the Titans were faster. Vale and Zara engaged it in perfect synchronization, their enhanced abilities now operating at levels far beyond their original design parameters. The alien fought with desperate fury, its form constantly changing, but it was outnumbered. Wait, Drake ordered as Vale prepared to strike the killing blow. We need it alive, if there are more infiltrators. The alien's laugh was like breaking crystal. We are everywhere, have been for decades, guiding, watching, preparing you. For what? Reina demanded. Ascension, the creature's form stabilized, becoming almost humanoid. Your Titans are proof that humanity is ready, the integration can begin. In orbit, the alien fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel. But instead of attacking, the massive ships took up positions around Earth. A transmission broadcast on all frequencies in perfect English. Children of Earth, you have proven yourselves worthy. The changes cannot be stopped. The Titans were only the beginning. Accept our gift, embrace the transformation. Evolution awaits. Vale looked at his team, seeing the alien light pulse through their veins in response to the message. The integration was accelerating, pushing them towards something both magnificent and terrifying. They had thought they were fighting an invasion. Instead, they were part of an experiment that had been running for decades. "Colonel," he said quietly, "I don't think we're supposed to stop the transformation. I think we're supposed to lead it." Drake studied the Titans, humanity's greatest weapons, created from alien technology they never truly understood. "Then we make sure it happens on our terms. Earth belongs to humanity, no matter what we might become." The captured infiltrator's crystalline face shifted in what might have been a smile. "You still don't understand. Earth was always meant to be the crucible. Your Titans carry our legacy, but they've evolved it into something new, something neither human nor alien but stronger than both." Outside, the alien fleet waited. Within the Titans, the integration between human determination and alien power approached its final phase. And in secret bunkers and hidden bases across Earth, more infiltrators prepared to reveal themselves, ready to guide humanity toward a transformation that had been planned since the first piece of alien technology was deliberately left for humans to find. The real question was no longer whether humanity would change, but what we would become. Earth's orbital defense platforms bristled with weapons as the alien fleet maintained its position. In Luna Base's command center, transformed into a war room, humanity's leaders faced the choice that would determine our species' future. The captured infiltrator stood contained in a quantum barrier field, its crystalline form shifting between alien and human appearances. "You've guided our technological development for decades," General Warren stated, facing the creature. "The Titan program, quantum computing, shield technology, all of it leading to this moment." "We gave you the tools," the infiltrator responded. "But what you created with them exceeded our expectations. Your Titans aren't just carrying our legacy, they've evolved it into something new." Vale stood with his squad, their enhanced bodies now barely containing the power surging through them. The integration between human and alien technology had reached critical levels. Light coursed beneath their skin in increasingly complex patterns, their eyes blazing with silver fire. "The transformation can't be stopped," Dr. Ramirez reported, studying readings from the Titans. "The alien technology is rewriting their cellular structure at an exponential rate." But, she paused, double-checking her data, "it's not following the expected pattern. Their human DNA isn't being overwritten, it's adapting, incorporating the changes in ways we never thought possible." The Zhang twins interfaced with Luna Base's quantum computers, their enhanced minds processing vast amounts of data. "We're detecting similar changes beginning in the general population," Lin announced. "The infiltrators have been spreading microscopic quantities of their technology through Earth's infrastructure for years." "Everyone's been exposed," Wei added. "The Titans were just the first to show obvious changes." Colonel Drake studied tactical displays showing the alien fleet. "They're not here to invade, they're here to oversee our species' ascension, whether we want it or not." In the containment field, the infiltrators' form rippled. "We've guided countless species to evolutionary transcendence. Your resistance is unnecessary, accept our gift." Vale stepped forward, the alien power in his blood responding to the infiltrator's presence. "You made one critical mistake. You gave humanity tools of unimaginable power, then expected us to use them exactly as you planned." Zara moved to his side, her tactical mind already seeing the possibilities. "We've not just been adapting your technology, we've been changing it, improving it, making it ours." Bishop hefted his quantum rifle, now partially fused with his enhanced biology. "You wanted to guide our evolution. Instead, we're going to show you what human evolution really looks like." Through their neural link, the Titans shared a unified understanding. The alien technology wasn't just transforming them, they were transforming it, their human determination and creativity reshaping it into something the original creators never imagined possible. "Launch the signal," Vale commanded. The Zhang twins activated protocols they'd been secretly developing since Ganymede. Through their neural interfaces, they broadcast a quantum frequency that resonated with every piece of alien technology on Earth and in orbit. The effect was immediate. The infiltrator's crystalline form destabilized as its own technology responded to human commands. Throughout the alien fleet, systems began to shift and change, transformed by the very evolutionary processes they had initiated in humanity. "Impossible," the infiltrator gasped, its form unable to maintain coherence. "The integration matrix, you've completely rewritten it." "Humanity doesn't just adapt, Vale stated, his voice carrying the combined will of his transformed squad. We innovate, we take what we're given and make it into something new, something ours. In orbit, the alien ship's crystalline structures began to flow and change, their organic technology responding to human control. On Earth, the dormant alien particles that had been spread through the population didn't just trigger transformation, they sparked a uniquely human evolution. Colonel Drake watched as humanity took its next step forward, but on our own terms. The Titans weren't just weapons anymore, they were the bridge between what humanity had been and what it would choose to become. You wanted to guide us to ascension, Vale addressed the failing infiltrator. Instead, we'll find our own path. Earth isn't your laboratory anymore, it's the birthplace of something entirely new. The alien fleet, now under human control, powered down their weapons. Across Earth, people began to discover abilities and connections they had never imagined possible. But unlike the aliens' planned transformation, this evolution preserved what made us human: our creativity, our determination, our unwillingness to simply follow another species' plan. In Luna Base's command center, Vale turned to Colonel Drake. The silver light in his eyes now held a distinctly human spark. Your orders, Colonel. Drake looked at the tactical display, showing human consciousness and creativity spreading through the captured alien fleet like a virus, transforming their technology into something unique to our species. Take us forward, she commanded. Show them what humanity can really become. The infiltrator's form finally dissolved, its ancient consciousness unable to comprehend how its carefully laid plans had been so completely transformed. In its last moments, it witnessed something it had never seen in all its millennia of guiding species to evolution. A race that didn't just accept advancement, but seized it, reshaped it, and made it uniquely their own. Earth's night sky blazed with new light as humanity's transformed ships prepared to venture into the galaxy. Not as the aliens had planned, not as simple users of their technology, but as something entirely new. The Titans, once thought to be humanity's last defense, had instead become the first wave of our true awakening. We would explore the stars not as the aliens intended us to be, but as what we had chosen to become. In giving us the tools to evolve, they had unknowingly created something beyond their control, a humanity that would forge its own destiny, carrying the best of what we had been into what we would become. The age of guided evolution was over. The age of human innovation had begun.